Good evening, all of you. Good to be with you again, and hopefully, we can be together now. It's been a bad week for me, but thank you for the support that you all gave me, even on personal emails and so on. I'll take it as a question. Critically examine the argument of taxing agricultural income in India. And if this question is asked, it will be 10 mark that they will ask you. So the answer is the demand to tax agricultural income in India has been rising from various quarters in the recent past due to rising heterogeneity in farmers' profile. That is the basic reason. This kind of introduction you can bring, something like 25 words of introduction, that with rising heterogeneity of farmers' profile, the demand for agricultural income has been, tax has been rising. Right, Parth, correctly said. Thank you, Yash. Fair enough, Parth. Right. Today itself I was warning somebody that if you are against the system, how will you serve the system if you are aspiring to be a civil servant? Because you don't have to revolutionize the system. You just have to make the system work well. It's not that our system is wretched. It's just that people handling the system right now are falling into wretched hands. So to improve the system, we need to make sure that we overhaul the system. That is the key factor. I mean, we make it work well than to overhaul the system. Now, why should we tax agricultural income? We come to that. The reasons for taxing agricultural income are: A, to assure that rich farmers and large farmers whose income is substantially large more can be brought under the tax net That is one, that to assure that rich farmers and large farmers whose income is substantially large can be brought and be under the tax net. That is basic idea of making sure that you match the ability to pay principle and equity principle. So in your paper 2 optional, ये लैंग्वेज जो आखिरी लाइन में लिख रहा हूँ ये जीएस में मत लिखना, लेकिन ऑप्शनल में तो डेफिनेटली लिख सकते हो that it will meet both principles of equity and ability to pay. So that is one argument that we can make or which is made about why agricultural income should be taxed. So one argument which is made about why agricultural income should be taxed. The second argument made in the favor B, it will prevent illegal use of the provision where it is used for diversion of non-agricultural income. That is the second argument in its favor, that many cases it has been seen that non-agricultural income is diverted as agricultural income and then tax evasion takes place. Tax avoidance takes place. That non-agricultural income is diverted as agricultural income and then tax avoidance takes place where people don't pay their taxes honestly. So that is another problem, that it will prevent illegal use of the provision where it is used for diversion of non-agricultural income, and that will be prevented once agricultural income starts getting taxed. Then it will lead to better tax base for the government because more people, including agricultural traders, can be brought into it. It will lead to better tax base for the government. Better tax base means what? More number of people reporting tax, paying tax. Also remember some wrong, and that will mean that government will have a better record of how much income is being created in agriculture. Also remember, agricultural land being sold is also exempted out of any income tax, and that is, or capital gains tax, and that is also not valid. So this will make sure that agricultural land sold will also be brought into tax net. We will have better land records and we will be able to have better knowledge of agricultural system in India. So that is the basic idea, that better tax base for the government because more people including agricultural traders can be brought into it. And it will help in formalization of farming activities. So these are our 4 points. These are our 4 points that we talk about when it comes to uh, why agricultural income should be taxed. All right, ये 4 पॉइंट हम लिखेंगे कि अगर हमें ये बताना हो कि क्यों एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम पे टैक्स लगना चाहिए. All right, these are our 4 points that we need to put in to suggest why should agricultural income be taxed. All right. Then what are the problems in it? Now few flimsy problems are said. एक बात कही जाती है that farmers are poor, they should not be taxed. But remember, income tax begins in India from 5 lakh rupees. So no poor farmer per annum. So no poor farmer will be needed to pay any tax. Another thing said is farming income fluctuates, so we should not tax farming income. Again, a counter argument is if farming income fluctuates, people pay their income tax on an annual basis. So no question of farming income fluctuation leading to any problem in taxation. जिस साल इनकम अच्छी होगी टैक्स पे कर दें, जिस साल नहीं अच्छी हुई ना पे करें. सभी प्रोफेशनल्स की इनकम फ्लक्चुएट करती हैं, तो उस केस में ये आर्ग्यूमेंट भी सही नहीं है. एक तीसरा गलत आर्ग्यूमेंट दिया जाता है, थर्ड रॉन्ग आर्ग्यूमेंट, दैट इफ यू टैक्स लार्ज फार्मर्स देन दे विल पे द स्मॉल laborers even lesser and that will hurt the poors. But the agricultural labor at the moment is the least paid, and Manrega kind of thing can be used as a counterbalance to assure that the large farmers can't exploit. So these arguments are not valid arguments against taxing Indian agriculture. Please keep it in mind. पहली बात कही जाती है फार्मर गरीब हैं इसलिए टैक्स नहीं लगना चाहिए, पर 5 लाख रुपया से कम कमाने वाले पे वैसे भी टैक्स नहीं लगेगा. और कौन सा गरीब किसान इंडिया में 5 लाख से ऊपर इनकम कमाता है? सो दैट इज अ नॉन वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट, डोंट राइट दैट. सेकेंड थिंग सेड इज दैट फार्मिंग इनकम फ्लक्चुएट्स. कृषि का जो आय है वो किसी साल ज़्यादा किसी साल कम होती है, तो टैक्स नहीं लगाई जानी चाहिए. पर ये तो मेरे ऊपर भी सच है, या आपके घर में कोई शॉपकीपिंग करते होंगे तो उनके ऊपर भी सच है कि किसी साल इनकम ज़्यादा किसी साल कम होगी. तो ऐसा थोड़ी है कि उस पर टैक्स नहीं लगेगा. जिस साल इनकम कम होगी कम टैक्स देंगे, ज़्यादा होगी ज़्यादा देंगे, नहीं होगी नहीं देंगे. इनकम टैक्स इज ऑन दैट बेसिस. And third, it is said that the large farmers will exploit the small laborers. Not true, because the small laborers are already in the worst pit. Plus, we can use Manrega as a counterbalance that the small laborers are not exploited. So these are the 3 points that you should not write. But what are the problems in taxation of agriculture in India? I'm taking you into that. Challenges. 1. So 30 words of introduction and around approximately 75-80 words after that, or 75 words after that on writing what are the, or 70 words on writing what are the reasons why you would like to tax it, and then 40 words on the challenges, 10 words conclusion. That kind of structure you can create. First challenge is land records are not complete in many states in India, which will make it difficult to compute actual income. This is one big challenge. लैंड का रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं है हमारे पास, प्रोडक्टिविटी का रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, तो कौन कितनी इनकम अर्न कर रहा है यही नहीं पता. So the land record is not available, productivity records are not completely there. The family income can be like I can show as an agricultural farmer some income as mine, some my wife's, some my elder child's, younger child, and so on. So unless we don't have the record, it's futile even talking about it. पहला काम तो होना चाहिए कि लैंड के रिकॉर्ड इकट्ठा किए जाएं, एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम के डिटेल्स इकट्ठा किए जाएं. तो हमारे पास डेटा ही नहीं है. पहली बात ये दैट बिफोर वी थिंक अबाउट इम्पोजिंग एग्रीकल्चरल टैक्स, income tax, let's collect the data how to get those income tax. So we don't have the data to get agricultural income tax. That's our problem 1. Our second problem is, or the second challenge is, there is very less administrative preparedness, to introduce agricultural income tax. You know, the bureaucracy, the revenue departments in the state governments, they don't have expertise to collect this tax. जो ब्यूरोक्रेसी है उनके पास वो एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है, जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के रेवेन्यू डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं उनके पास वो एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है. तो जब तक ये एक्सपर्टीज डेवलप नहीं की जाएगी, टिल वी डोंट ट्रेन पीपल हाउ टू कलेक्ट एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम टैक्स, how to make sure that people get used to paying this tax, how to make it convenient for people to report their income, all that is not done till we don't formalize agriculture, till we don't make agriculture like a business rather than the activity of farming that it is today. It is not possible to necessarily tax agriculture. And third, cost of collecting tax in agriculture may become higher than revenue generated from it. You know, that is the key factor again, that the cost of collecting tax in agriculture may become higher than revenue generated from it. That the revenue generated in agriculture is agricultural income tax may become lesser. पहले ये देखना पड़ेगा कितने लोग हैं जो एक्चुअली इतने अमीर हैं, क्या खर्चा आएगा उनसे टैक्स वसूल करने में, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का कॉस्ट कितना होगा, डेटा कलेक्शन का कॉस्ट कितना होगा, फाइलिंग का कॉस्ट कितना होगा. ये सारे खर्चे सरकार को करने पड़ते हैं टैक्स कलेक्ट करने के लिए. सो ऑल दीज एक्सपेंडिचर्स, हाउ मच ऑफ दिस एक्सपेंडिचर द गवर्नमेंट विल हैव टू डू टू कलेक्ट एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम टैक्स इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू कीप इन माइंड. एंड अनलेस we make sure that the tax collected is higher than the expenditure done, no point collecting the tax in the process. So you will conclude by saying, therefore, it is important to assure that agricultural income tax is imposed only after proper study has been conducted regarding it. You know, that is the key idea to keep in mind, that it is important to assure, ये ज़रूरी है assure करना कि एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम टैक्स तभी कलेक्ट किया जाए जब ये पक्का हो जाए कि आप प्रॉपरली इसे अप्लाई कर सकते हो, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कैपेसिटी है आपके पास, रेवेन्यू जनरेटेड सफिशिएंट होगा, किसानों में खलबली नहीं मचेगी, देयर विल नॉट बी अनसर्टेनिटी क्रिएटेड अमंग द फार्मर्स, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी काइंड ऑफ डिस्टर्बेंस और disruption done in the market system that already prevails. You know, so to make sure we minimize the uncertainty, to make sure we give a very correct picture, first of all what we need to assure is that only after proper study has been conducted regarding it, which will ensure that no disruption to normal production process takes place. ये कंक्लूजन अच्छा होगा अगर तुम लिखोगे तो। हमेशा ध्यान रखो स्ट्रक्चर पहले क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, कंटेंट, जरूरी बातें, फिर क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, स्ट्रक्चर किसी भी आंसर को लिखते हुए, और फिर क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, तुम्हारे एक्सप्रेशंस. So it's important to have good content, write the reasons why agriculture income needs to be taxed or not need to be taxed, write a good structure, that is why, what is agricultural income taxation, why the tax has been talked about, and what are the challenges, what is the conclusion, and talk about with good expression, talking about it in a more academic manner rather than any kind of a sudden allegation manner or passionate manner. ये मत करना है, आंसर राइटिंग में ये जरूरी होता है. So this is how you can present an answer on agricultural income taxation. So this is the basic way in which you can talk about these events. I hope this should be improving your answer writing skills also, and this should help you in getting some good content on agricultural income taxation, because normally in newspapers etc. I see that things are a little bent in one direction or the other, and generally they are more passionate rather than academic. So I think we can surely take it up.